Can I start by acknowledging the tradition, custodian of the land which we meet, and pay respect to the elders past, present, and emerging. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome the Honorable Leanne Linard. Leanne Linard is the Minister for Children and Youth Justice and Minister for Multicultural Affairs, and also member for NATI. Ladies and gentlemen, this meeting is with the Federation of the Queensland Taiwanese Association with the Secretary General Grace Yi, organized by Peter Russo, the member for TUHI. He is also the Parliamentary Chair for the Legal Affairs and Safety Committee. Ladies and gentlemen, I hand over to Grace Yi, and Grace will introduce each and every one of you.
Hi Minister, it's lovely to see you again here, and then it's our privilege to have a meeting with you, sit down closely and then discussion about multicultural and also introduce all the Taiwanese community associations. And then Queensland Federation of Taiwanese Association has is actually considered 10 associations in Queensland, like Australian Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, Hakka associations, and Queensland Women's League, and also Queensland Chinese Orchestra, and also I think Australian Asia Art Network Associations. Let me introduce all the group leaders. You can see our costume. That's all the president wearing our uniform. That's here from Taiwanese Queensland Federation of Association. So Paul Shi is
not wearing the uniform.
Yeah. He is a President General for Honorary President General of Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce Oceania. Yeah. And then Lisa Shi is President of the Queensland Chinese Associations. And Elsa Shuai, she is the director for, I think is a many years director for 4EB forecast. Yes.
Radio 4EB FM 98.1.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
And Louis Lee, and he helping us, in all the events with him is fabulous. And Peter is a good, really support me strong behind. Appreciate him all the time, and he done so much for me and small Taiwanese community. Appreciate Peter, and also William Wu. And William is a sister, is a sister of Peter, and he done a fantastic job for Taiwanese community and all the time organizing all the little, maybe little issue, all the things we have to go through his head. Appreciate that, William. And Judy Lai, she is a founding president of Taiwan, of Australian Asia Art Network Association. And then, yes, and Florence Huang is a president of Australian Asia Art Network Association. And Jackie Zhang is president of Hakka Association Queensland. And Emily Huang, she is a senior commissioner of commissioner of the Taiwan Community Affairs Council, and also managing director of Taiwanese Queensland Chinese Times. And then Melody Chen is a commissioner of Taiwanese Community Affairs Council. Thank you.
And Richard?
Oh, Richard.
I don't have the uniform too.
Richard is the Vice President of the Australian Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce. Yes. And it's really nice to having sit down together and working. Last time, remember in May we had COVID-19 business recovering forward, and then we are looking forward to you come to share some of the information to our community. But at that time I was president of Taiwanese Chamber of Commerce, and then I was elected in July to become a Secretary General of Taiwanese Association. Yes. So, and at that time meeting you, and then now we can sit together again. Yeah, thank you very much. And then I think all the Taiwanese, association president and group community leader are here. and then let them to see, you know, what is they love to do with Australia, and then thank you to having us to sit down together. We love Australia, and we would like to work close with Australian government, and then put all any effort if we could, and then to support our government. Yeah, thank you.
Grace, if you don't mind me interrupt, let me introduce Peter Russo, MP, the state member for TUI, to say a few words and formally introduce our multicultural and children and youth justice minister, Leanne Linard.
Look, I'll be very short. Thank you, Minister, for making the time to meet the Taiwanese community. They are very, as you know, very active in my electorate and much wider. They're very generous with their time, very generous with their finances. The work they do in the community can't be, you can't, it's hard to express how great their contribution is. And again, just in closing, I'd like to really appreciate your time.
Asked me to come and meet with you all. The answer was, of course, yes. It was just, when could we make that fit? And Peter speaks so warmly, as you heard, but not just when you're here. When you're not here, Peter speaks so warmly of the contribution that you make and the incredible generosity of heart. The time that you put into community activities is extraordinary, and particularly in a time where we see people's lives being so busy, and as people retire often from community groups, and it's very difficult to find people who have that time or willingness to make a contribution. That's not the case in your community. You just keep volunteering, and it's a wonderful, wonderful tradition. So thank you for going around the room and introducing everyone too so beautifully. If I can equally introduce my Deputy Director General, Kate O'Connors, who works, is really enjoying working in a multicultural space. So I think that's fair to say. Kate has a very long service background and is a wonderful, wonderful Deputy Director General, very focused on the strategy and policy of the department. But I'm really enjoying doing so many multicultural events with Kate. And she, I know, may wish to say something later during the meeting, or may not, but if I can just acknowledge that this is my Deputy Director General, and that's how important you are to us, that she wanted to come and be here also in the department. Michael Frawley, many of you may have met, is my multicultural advisor in the office, so I know sometimes it can be difficult when we're at an event to get some time together. Make a beeline for Michael. Whenever you see him, he'll also be the one to try to make sure that things are in the diary. I know I can't always come. I can't always come to everything. Please know if I'm not at your event, I am at another event. I always try to say yes. And if I can acknowledge you, Grace, it's so lovely to see you again too. It really is. And there's some familiar faces here, but some new. It's been so lovely just to have a few seconds with you. And if I can equally acknowledge the contribution that you make, and just, you're so every time I go to an event, I'm just the first person to take care of me, and I'm there to honour you and all of your contributions. But thank you. But I would rather than me talk as an opportunity to hear what's happening, if we can, and what you want me to hear and what you want me to know. And it may be things that are going well, it may be things that you're concerned about or on your mind. But does that fit in your plan? Yeah.
See, you finish?
I finished.
Since you're finished,
I finished.
since we have the Deputy Director General from the Department of Multicultural, Miss Kate O'Connor, why don't we ask Miss Kate O'Connor to say a few words?
Oh, yes. Look, I'm just, I only want to speak briefly because I don't want to eat into your time with the Minister, but I suppose just to say, in Multicultural Affairs, we are here for the community and we are here for you, so please don't ever hesitate to get in touch with me or with our Executive Director if there are things that you think we can assist with at the department. We're here to be connectors between communities and connectors within government as well, so sometimes we can play a great role in connecting you with the right people in government too. So please, we are here to be of service to you, and as the Minister said, I am really enjoying getting out and meeting people in our multicultural communities. And I think I've been to events, a few events that you have all been at. They're wonderful events, and it's been terrific to participate in those. So I would say use us. We are here for you. So feel very, Michael can always pass on my details or the department's details if we can help you with anything. Thank you.
And Lewis, I know I'm mixing up your process, but Kate raised a really good point then, something I should have mentioned. If I can say my heart as the Minister for Multicultural Affairs and my focus for this term is Multicultural Affairs is a wonderful portfolio where you get an opportunity to go to lots and lots of fantastic events. And those events are absolutely a celebration of culture and a sharing of that culture. And I hope that broader community are attending events and they can learn something about those cultural traditions, and we share conversations. And I love that part of the work. And as I always say, when we really do move from that level of tolerance to acceptance, but then celebration of the diversity of culture we have across Queensland, then we're really an inclusive society. Then we'll know that point. So I'm very encouraged. But equally, my focus is not just the celebratory events. It's looking at, are there barriers still to participation? Are there barriers to participation in the economy, in education and training, in accessing government services? That's something that I also equally have a responsibility to look at and to understand. And that understanding comes from community. So I really appreciate your frank and honest advice about how your community is feeling, and also what you think is going well, what you don't think is going well, because we have a role, not just in our department, but across government, to raise those issues so that as a government we can be more responsive as well. Thank you for that additional comment, Lewis. Over to you.
Good on you. As Minister say, she had been to various events, and last Sunday or Saturday I was with co-MC for the Queensland African Community Council, where they set up Queensland Youth Care at the Red Plain Ipswich, where they built African youth center for the crime, those people from African background. Anyway, I think Grace have some sort of gift to the Honourable Leanne Linard, if you don't mind, to come over to this side to Peter.
I haven't done anything yet though, Lewis.
Melody, Emily, join in. Peter, Emily.
This is
William.
our art from Parliament of the Taiwanese
Portrait.
It's beautiful.
Show that, like, yeah.
Tilt that in angle.
Show at the angle of the photo, right?
Yeah. This is also the shepherd for the sky.
Maybe Elsa, you can this side.
Because that is part of the Chinese culture, Taiwanese culture. Each year we have the sky lantern, and then people put their wish into the lantern and then burn into sky, and then that is the cup, the little cup. Yeah. Beautiful.
Will bring you good fortune.
Oh, thank you.
Picture you want to show me?